All right, guys. Welcome to Computer Programming 1. I'm going to go over the syllabus. You can save time in class going this way. All right, so this is the syllabus for Computer Programming 1. You guys are going to need to check your student schedule for the times of when we meet. If you want to meet after school hours, Monday and Tuesdays, I'm available by appointment until 4 p.m. Our goals for Computer Programming 1, we're going to go through an introduction to computer science. We're going to start learning Java. That's going to be the only programming language that we've done, that we'll be doing. We're going to go through an intro of Java, how to print a screen, using variables, creating if-then statements and if ladders, building loops. We'll be building programs with Java. This isn't just where you guys are going to see stuff and then expect to just take tests on it. You guys are going to be building programs. This is a project-based class. A lot of the stuff that we're doing, you're going to end up learning the code for it, and then you're going to have to build it into projects, like making little text-based games like Mad Lib, Hangman, a Morse code translator, the game Yahtzee, things like that. Okay, my expectations are always the same as Licking high school policies and procedures. The 5 B's: be prepared, be on time, be respectful, be accountable, and be consistent. Failure to follow the expectations, you'll get a warning and documentation. Second time will be parental contact and after-school detention. And third time will be administrative referral. Required supplies for this class. Most work that we do is in class, so because of the software that we're using, I do have videos showing you guys how to install the software if you have computers at home. You will need headphones with a mic. If you don't have them or can't get them, you can purchase them from me for $2, and I'll put them in a Ziploc bag with your name on it, and we'll store it in the classroom. If you have iPhone headphones, the mic headphones, and you don't have an adapter, you could purchase one of those from me for $6. I buy them in bulk. I'm not making any guarantees on their operability, but I have them and they're there for you if you need to use them. Any additional supplies that will be required will be by me. I have the software that you guys will be using. We are a completely paperless class. Everything is done on the computers all day, every day. Grading, this is a breakdown. 40% of the grade is for projects, 20% is professionalism, 20% of the grade is for quizzes, 20% of the grade is for your effort and your time management. Projects, like what I said, this is a project-based class. It's kind of a flipped, blended classroom. It is my expectation that you will come to class prepared, having done research outside of class. You should be putting approximately 5 to 10 hours a week in research outside of class so that when you're in class, you can be working on your projects. Professionalism, that is how you act basically as an employee. I treat my classroom as a workplace. So if you show up late, that's professionalism. If you are distracting other employees, that is professionalism. If you are off task and joking around, that is professionalism. If you're working, I don't care if you talk. Quizzes. I am instituting quizzes to make sure that you guys are learning the material and not just waiting for other people to help you out. There will be quizzes bi-weekly on the material that we have learned up to that point, code that you guys will have to execute, or questions that you'll have to answer. Effort and time management. Let me show you what I mean. We will start using Trello. Trello is a Kanban card type system. It's a way for you to organize projects and things that you need to do. This is really good for using things other than just class type stuff. And I'll have other videos that'll kind of explain it. But basically what it is, this is a list. This is another list. We can have lists for stuff that we need to do, stuff that needs to be checked, stuff that's done. Inside that list, we can create cards. So this is what a card would look like. This is what another card would look like. I can go into that card and I can see a description that I created for that card. I can attach via the attachment button, attachments for other cards or for YouTube video links, because you guys are going to end up doing screencasting to explain your code for the projects that you've done. That is one of the things that you have to turn into me. You could attach files, screenshots, a lot of things. You could put due dates on here. You can add checklists. This is a checklist. This is a checklist item. This is another checklist item. So you could track the stuff that you're doing. And we could check things off, move them in the list as they get done. I'll show you the format that we're going to be doing. This is a Trello card attachment. So if I click on this, it will bring me to the other card. Okay. This other card, I can open it up, and here, instead of just a normal checklist, I can link to individual cards themselves. So if I click on this one, it will bring me to a linked checklist item, which is just really this card. So we will be using this to manage our projects, make sure that we're hitting our deadlines. You guys are going to get an introduction to Agile, Scrum, programming methodologies, which means that you guys have to be hitting your deadlines and creating your code, your working code, by the deadlines. This is the same as what it would be in the workplace. I'm expecting the same out of you guys. Computer Programming 1 and all my classes are a way for you to actually kind of feel what it's like a semester in the life or a year in the life of a programmer, a web designer, a video audio editor, to do these types of projects. Okay? Now, we will also be using time tracking for what you're doing on your projects for each little section. So you'll have your list of stuff that you need to do, but you'll be tracking the time and the estimated time of how long it'll take you to complete it, and we'll have burn down reports that we'll be managing. So I will fully explain that. I just want you to understand what the code breakdown is. Okay? Entering the class. I expect that you enter the class quietly. You sit in your assigned seats. You log into Google Classroom, since everything is in Google Classroom. And you get started on the activity of the day. Okay? You don't need to do anything else other than that. It's just like the workplace. Time to start the work day. You come into work, you sit down, you get started on your work. During class, I do allow passes, but not within the first and last 10 minutes of class. Students, you guys are only allowed 3 passes per quarter. If you have unused passes at the end of the quarter, I give 5 bonus points that I put in professionalism for each pass that's unused. You will not be granted a pass to interrupt a class for any reason. You will not be using your pass to malinger. So if you guys are going to the bathroom, our bathroom's right down the hall, I expect that you're not going to be gone for more than 5 minutes. Abuse of the pass can cause you to lose the ability to use passes anymore for the remainder of the quarter. Food and drink. Food, gum, and candy are not allowed near the classroom, in the classroom near the computers. I do allow food and drink on the desk next to the door, but they have to stay there for the remainder of the class. You can go there to drink whatever drink you have there, but food is not to be consumed during class time. Cell phones, headphones. I am a big proponent of using technology as a tool and not a crutch. Cell phones are not to be used for texting, making phone calls, going to social media sites, making purchases, anything that is taking you away from your learning. Cell phones may not be plugged into computers unless I give you permission to do it. So you have asked me and I said you could do it. Cell phones can be charged at the charging station, which will be at the back of the classroom, but must remain there for the remainder of the class if you want to charge. And it's a first come, first served basis. You can use cell phones as a tool. So if you need to use it to try to solve your problem. So let's say that you had an iPhone headphones and you don't have the adapter, but you still need to watch the material. That's fine. If you have work on your cell phone that you need to pull off, we can talk about that, about you connecting to my computers. You're not to be using headphones unless I direct it. You don't walk in with headphones on your ears. Music is not allowed unless it's directed. If you are listening to music, I'm expecting that it is not distracting other learners, and it should not be heard. YouTube is not a music resource. I don't want to see anybody trying to pull up music videos to watch and say that they're listening to music. My classroom is a no whining zone. The tasks that are set for you, it's expected that you'll do them. Whining is not going to get you out of anything. Tardy, if you're tardy, excused or unexcused. Simple thing is you just come in quietly. You don't need to disturb the class. Our structure of the class is always the same. Come into class. You can either hand me the pass or you place the pass on my desk. You log into Google Classroom, you get started on today's agenda, and you do now activity. If I need to get your attention, I will clap twice. Once you hear me clap, stop whatever you're doing, face me. I'm going to put up something important, and then I'll let you guys get back to what you're doing. If you need to get my attention, there are yellow flags at every workstation. What I want you to do is you put the flag up. That lets me know that you need some type of assistance. This does not mean that you get to start talking to your partner and goofing off. This is so that you can continue trying to work your problem or work around your problem or work on something else until I come to you. If you need help and I'm giving instructions or you have some type of questions, you guys can go ahead and raise your hand. I will call on you when I'm finished. Moving around during class, you're expected to be in your seats and on task unless given permission by me. At the end of the period, you will start cleaning up your area after I direct you to do so, not before. You'll log off your system, you'll pack up your belongings only when I tell you, and you'll wait at your seats until I dismiss you with just a have a nice day. Policies, homework, most work is done in class due to software requirements. However, preparing for class by researching and reviewing material is encouraged and expected. Like I said, you should be expecting to put about 10 hours of time outside of class doing research, making sure you understand the material to be able to do the coding in class. Use your time wisely in class. I've had many students who were able to finish all of their stuff in class with no issues because they use their time wisely. Late work. Let's say you have a project that you didn't turn in on the due date. Unless you have a 504 specifically stating that you get some extra time, and I already plan in extra time for all of the projects. If you turn it in late, 1 day late to 2 days late, I will accept it, but you'll get 20% off of the best possible grade you could get. I will not accept it after those 2 days. It will be a 0. Trello project tracking. So putting your time in for the stuff that you've been working on. That can only be completed the day that it occurs. You can't use it later on. Tardy. My expectations for when the bell rings is that you are already sitting in your seat and you are already actively logging into the computers. If you are walking in the door when the bell rings, you are late. If you are in the classroom and not sitting down in your seat at your computer, you are late. First tardy is a warning. Second tardy is an after-school detention, 30 minutes. Served Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday after school. I do not do Wednesday mornings. Third tardies is 2 30-minute detentions. I notify your parents. 20 points are deducted from your professionalism grade. Your fourth tardy, I'm going to additionally deduct 20 more points from your professionalism grade and refer you to the administration. Absences. With an excused absence, you may make up your work for full credit, only giving you an extension equaling the number of days you missed. Make-up work will be made up during the class. After school time is available if scheduled in advance, not the day of. If you need me to stay after for you Monday and Tuesday, you have to schedule with me ahead of time. There will be a form in Google Classroom where you can submit for me to stay after. If you don't show up for that time that you scheduled for me, I'm not going to do it again. You need to meet your expectations and your obligations. All work done in classes in Google Classroom or the software that I provide for you. It is your responsibility to identify what was missed. I'm not going to act like your parent and walk around behind you reminding you to make sure to turn in your stuff. If you miss some days, you need to find what work you missed and turn it in. Failure to turn in your work, even if it was an excused absence, will result in a 0 for that assignment. If you have an unexcused absence, it doesn't matter. It will be a 0. My classroom culture is to have everybody collaborating and working together. There's only one of me. There's lots of you guys. So if, being that we have technology, if you are stuck on a problem, the first thing I'm expecting you to do is to try to solve your problem by either going back through the material or researching using the internet or YouTube that you have at your fingertips. The second thing is to ask your neighbor next to you if they have any insight to help you. Third thing is to put your flag up and let me go ahead and help you. If you have not done the first two things and you put your flag up, I'm going to walk away because I'm expecting you to work at trying to solve your problem. I am not here just to give you answers. I'm here to help you learn. Welcome to my class. I look forward to seeing what you learn in this semester.